You know, in football, you have legends, you have greats, and then you have guys who completely change the game itself. Today, we're talking about Johan Cruyff, a player, yeah, but also a thinker, a rebel, and pretty much the architect of the football we watch every weekend. His ideas weren't just about winning. They created a whole new language for the sport, a language that is still spoken on every pitch all over the world.
So how on earth did that happen? How does one kind of skinny kid from Amsterdam grow up to become one of the most influential people in the history of sports? It's an incredible story, really. It's about genius, a little bit of rebellion, and a radical idea that just completely turned the football world on its head. And I mean it, his influence is literally everywhere. Anytime you see a team playing those quick one-touch passes, dominating the ball, moving with this incredible fluidity, yeah, you're watching the ghost of Johan Cruyff's ideas in action. It's the DNA inside Barcelona's famous tiki-taka, and it's the blueprint that managers like Pep Guardiola have used to build some of the greatest teams we've ever seen. So let's get into how it all started. To really get his impact, you have to start with the sheer scale of his talent. He wasn't just another guy kicking a ball. He was a revolutionary out there on the grass. And get this quote comes from Franz Beckenbauer, Cruyff's biggest rival. That tells you everything. Even the guys playing against him knew his value wasn't just about scoring goals. It was about his brain, his ability to see the game 3 steps ahead of everyone else. He was priceless because he wasn't just playing the game. He was redesigning it from the inside out. So, what was this revolutionary idea? What was his secret sauce? Well, it all kicks off with a concept that sounds simple, but trust me, it's incredibly complex. It's called total football.
Okay, so forget everything you know about fixed positions. Forget a defender is a defender, a striker is a striker. In total football, everyone is everything. It's this fluid, almost chaotic system where players are constantly swapping positions, moving, creating space, and filling in for each other. The whole team is the star, but you need some seriously intelligent players to pull it off.
And Cruyff, he was the conductor of this beautiful, chaotic orchestra. He was the brain on the field, pointing, telling players where to run, where to pass, basically directing the whole show. And with him at the helm, his club Ajax hit this unbelievable level of dominance, winning 3 European Cups in a row. 3, from 1971 to 73. Just incredible.
But his genius wasn't just in these big, grand tactical plans. You could see it in a single touch of the ball. I mean, take his signature move, the Cruyff turn. It's not some flashy, pointless trick. It is devastatingly simple and brutally effective. He fakes a pass, drags the ball behind him, turns, and poof, he's gone. That one move is pure Cruyff, the idea that the simplest solution is always the most brilliant.
But here's the thing about Cruyff. His influence wasn't just contained between the white lines of the pitch. He was a man with deep, deep convictions, and he was never, ever afraid to take a stand.
Now, to understand his next big move, you have to get the picture of Spain back in the 1970s. It was under the thumb of the dictator Francisco Franco. And in football, that political division was super clear. Real Madrid was seen as the club of the government, the establishment. But Barcelona, they were the symbol of Catalan identity, of resistance. So when Ajax agreed to sell him to Real Madrid, Cruyff just flat out refused. He said, no way. He made a choice that was way more about politics than it was about his career, declaring he could never play for a club that was tied to the Franco regime. So instead, he forced a move to their biggest rivals, Barcelona. I mean, what a massive statement that was.
And he didn't stop there. He and his wife decided to name their son Jordi after the patron saint of Catalonia. Now here's the kicker. That name was actually banned by the Spanish government. So they had to literally fly their son back to the Netherlands just to register his birth certificate. That just shows you, Cruyff lived his principles, on and off the field.
That same conviction was on full display in 1978. The World Cup was being held in Argentina, which was under a brutal military dictatorship at the time. Cruyff, the best player in the world, refused to go. For years, this powerful quote was seen as the main reason. He did later reveal that a terrifying kidnap attempt on his family was the primary cause. But honestly, that nuance doesn't change his reputation as a man of principle, which was already set in stone long before that. So you'd think, okay, he changed the game as a player, that's enough for one lifetime, right? Nope, not for Cruyff. He came back to Barcelona to do it all over again, this time as a manager.
As a coach, he put together what everyone now calls the dream team. He took that same total football philosophy and baked it into the club's DNA, from the little kids in the academy all the way up to the first team. And the results? They were just spectacular. 4 league titles in a row and, the big one, Barcelona's very first European Cup in 1992.
So picture this. It's the biggest game in the club's entire history. The players are probably nervous as hell. What's the final piece of tactical genius from the coach? He just tells them, go out and enjoy it. That's it. For Cruyff, football was about joy. It was about creativity. He really believed that if his players were free and having fun, they'd win. And you know what? He was right. That's not just coaching, that's a life philosophy.
So when you add it all up, what is his legacy? I mean, it is just almost unmatched in sports. And it's not just old stories and memories. It's tangible, it's living and breathing, and it's still shaping the game we love today. I mean, his name is literally woven into the fabric of football. It's on the stadium in Amsterdam, it's on institutes that teach his philosophy, it's on thousands of little football courts for kids all over the world, and of course, it's in the Cruyff turn that's taught to children everywhere, and it's in the tiki-taka style that laid the groundwork for Barcelona and Spain to conquer the world. He didn't just play the game, he gave it a new way to think. And we're going to end with this thought because it just perfectly captures everything about the man. Cruyff believed, yeah, you have to win, but how you win matters just as much. It's all about getting results, but doing it in a way that's beautiful, that's entertaining. It's a challenge to the game that's just as relevant today as it was back then. And it leaves you with a great question. What's more important, the result or the quality of the journey to get there?